Hey everybody, welcome! Today I'm going to show you guys my little bit of knowledge about making pizza from scratch. So today I'm going to go ahead and go through the process of making a Neapolitan style pizza, otherwise known as Napolitana style pizza. And before I get started, I just want to give you a quick background, okay? Now, as you guys know, pizza is a very popular food, not only in this country, the United States, but definitely in Italy and all over the world. And what makes it so popular? I don't know. Maybe it's just something about a nice fluffy piece of bread that everyone already loves, put a nice little lather of tomato sauce on top, and get some nice gooey melted mozzarella cheese. And when you stuff all those things in your mouth with the combination of right seasonings, man, do you have some real culinary goodness. So my focus of the pizza process is going to be focused on the Napolitana style pizza. And it has some very specific attributes that differentiate it from all the many different types of pizzas that you might be familiar with, such as New York style pizza, Detroit style pizza, Chicago style deep dish pizza, and there's also Connecticut, New Haven style pizza, and any other different pizzas that you might have heard of in between. I know Italy has a few different styles. There's Bari style, Napolitana style. Rome has two distinct styles of pizza. One is pizza al taglio, which are these long rectangular pizzas that they cook, and the pizza tondi, which is your circular pizzas, but their distinction is they are thinner with a very thin crust. Now, the classic Napolitana style pizza that everyone might be familiar with, and you've probably seen different variations of the name on American style pizzas as well, is going to be the classic pizza Margarita. And a fun fact about the pizza Margarita is that it got its name because in 1889, the Queen of Italy, Margarita of Savoy, was visiting Naples, and the pizza chef served her a classic Napolitana pizza, which is the dough made with 00 flour, the marinara sauce, which was used from San Marzano tomato sauce, which is grown in that Naples Campania region, and fresh mozzarella. And they also put a little bit of basil, and that was her favorite pizza, so they named it after her, and it also happens to symbolize the colors of the Italian flag. Now back to the ingredients of what is considered a Napolitana style pizza. First things first, you want to make sure you're using really good mozzarella. In Naples, Italy, they use buffalo mozzarella, which is mozzarella made from buffalo milk. Today, what I'm going to be using is this Fior di Latte mozzarella. It's a really good mozzarella brand, and it's hard to find buffalo mozzarella here in the United States. The second main ingredient is going to be the type of tomatoes. Now you want to use San Marzano tomatoes. I'm using this brand that you can find in a lot of stores. It is from Italy, and this is my preferred tomato to use for making the pizza sauce for my Napolitana style pizza made from scratch. The most important ingredient is what are you going to actually make the pizza dough with? And the answer, my friends, is 00 flour. And the reason why it's called 00 flour is because it's actually referring to the size of the grain of flour. 00 is very finely milled. And this is my pizza flour bag. So I use this to make all my pizzas, and this is my preferred brand, Antimo Caputo 00 flour for the pizza dough. The water to flour ratio in any pizza dough is called the hydration level. So the pizza dough that I made today using my hands to knead it, I'm going for about a 65% hydration ratio. And what the hydration basically means is for every 100 grams of flour, there's 65 grams of water. And Neapolitan style pizzas are traditionally going to be cooked around 60 to 65% hydration, although some expert pizzaiolos will sometimes push it up to 70 and maybe even 80% hydration. And what that means in the actual final outcome of the crust is the more water within the flour, the lighter the final pizza dough is actually going to be. And so that's why New York style pizzas are more firm, because they actually use a lower hydration level and a higher protein. Neapolitan style pizza will use a higher hydration level and a lower protein in the flour. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is make the tomato sauce using the San Marzano tomatoes. All I'm really going to do is get the can that I had bought. I'm going to pour it into a bowl. I'm going to use a potato masher to beat it down into as less pulpy as possible. Some small chunks are okay because they cook on the pizza and they become really nice. But all you really need is a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, some salt. I add a little bit of pepper, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so now let's get into the actual pizza dough preparation process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh out all my ingredients, and we're talking about flour, water, salt, and yeast. Those are the only 4 ingredients that go into actually prepping the pizza dough. So let me get that prepped for you. Okay, so I've weighed everything out. Here we have the flour, we have the yeast, we have the salt, and we have the water. So now what I'm going to do is combine everything together and start mixing the ingredients. So what I'm going to do now is mix the water with the flour. And I'm going to use my hand to first mix as much of the flour with the water as possible. You see it starts to get a little messy. Now once I get most of this mixed, I'm going to turn it into here. So I have some extra flour on the side. From the measurement that I made out, I separated a little bit to use to help battle the wetness while I'm kneading. And now I'm going to start kneading the dough until all the flour is mixed in with all the water. And if it gets a little too sticky, I will grab my little bit of extra flour and mix it in with the rest. This whole process will take about 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, so I got the whole pizza set up ready to go. I'm going to start with a classic Margarita pizza, which is just the pizza dough, tomato sauce, Parmesan, basil, and a little bit of olive oil, and the mozzarella. So I'm going to spread it out. tomato sauce. Parmesan, basil, and the mozzarella. A little bit of olive oil. Stretch the pizza onto the dough. Oh no! And I'm going to stick it into the oven.
Oh, I like to get
It's not ready yet, but
silly earrings somewhere I know.
soft and crunchy. All right, so this is the pizza margarita classic. Buon appetito. Mmm. Mmm. That's good pizza. Okay.